In this video, we'll continue subtracting integers, and we'll be concentrating on what I've chosen to call problems with a factor of -1. Let me begin with a couple of situations where this occurs. Here's the first one. Now, notice this has 1, 2, 3 operations. And if you find yourself wondering whether this is a subtract 4 or a -4, then I'd really recommend that for the next few weeks, you take the point of view that this is a subtraction which you'll change to adding an opposite. That is, instead of seeing this as subtracting a +4, take the point of view that you're adding a -4. Now we have 1, 2, 3 operations. The multiplications come first, so I'll get -14. Then I'll get -12. Notice that this now is definitely a -4. And then last I'll add, the signs are the same, 14 and 12 is 26, and I'll keep the common sign and get a sum of -26. So again, if you find yourself confused as to whether this is a subtraction or a negative, simply rewrite the subtraction as adding an opposite and everything will be fine. The second type of situation looks like this, and this is the most problematic for students. They'll see a subtraction, but there does not seem to be a factor here. In a case like this, you need to realize there is a factor and that it's a 1. In algebra, this is common. There'll often be cases where you won't see a factor, and yet there will be a factor of 1. Once we recognize this as a factor of 1, then we can change from this situation to this situation, and then change the subtraction to adding an opposite. Now, following the order of operations, we have 1, 2, 3 operators. We'll begin within the parentheses. 4 plus a -7 will give us a -3. And now this definitely is a multiplication. -1 times -3 will give us +3, and our final sum will be 9. For all the problems that follow, please change all subtractions to adding opposites, even if you don't need to. That is, some people come into the course, they're already very good with integers, they don't have to do any kind of changing subtractions, and they'll get all the problems right. Even if that's you, please, in the next few problems, change all subtraction to adding opposites, because as we move forward, there will definitely be times, for instance, when we're working with polynomials, where you will want to take this point of view. Here's the first one. With this problem, I'm first going to change all subtractions to adding opposites. Once I've done that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 operations. Starting within the parentheses, this sum will be -6, and this sum -11. I have 3 operations left. Multiplications need to come before the addition. This product will be -12, and this product +11. Finally, I have a sum. The signs are different. 12 minus 11 is 1, and since -12 was absolutely larger, I end with a sum of -1. Try this one. First, I'll change all subtractions to adding opposites. Again, remember there is a factor of 1 here, which changes from subtracting a factor of +1 to adding a factor of -1. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 operations. I begin in the parentheses. The sum is -4. Next, I have to multiply before I add. -1 times -4 is 4. I now add left to right. The first sum will be -8, and the final sum, -4. And here's the last one. Please make sure to change all subtractions to adding an opposite. Here's my first step. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 operations. I begin in the parentheses. When I add 2 in negative form, my sum is -2. And now notice, within the brackets, I have 2 operations, an addition and a multiplication. The multiplication must come first. The product of -2 times -2 is +4. Within the brackets, I add next to get a sum of 6. Notice again I have addition and multiplication. Multiplication comes first. I get a product of -12. And finally, adding, I get a sum of -10. Well, that concludes this video and our work with subtracting integers.